Hi guys are welcome. So this is exactly how I got this puffy sleeve with this organza laying over it. So I started with my pattern paper. I drew the line, the starting line, then the caps. My cap height for this sleeve is 4.16 inches. So I took down measurements on both sides so that I could just draw the straight line. So in case you want to know how you can calculate your exact cap height, I'll be attaching a link to this video where you can, I've already done a video on that. You just calculate your own cap height for getting your standard sleeve pattern. So I took the measurements on both sides and connected it together. Then the next thing, okay, I inserted the half of my armhole measurement on that cap side line, and half of my armhole measurement for this sleeve was 8 inches. Then added the ease for whatever ease you put on the dress, you put it back here. Okay, so using a ruler I connected that point to the starting line like so. Then I also took my tape and found the middle point of that diagonal line I just drew. Okay, when I found the midpoint of it, I had to take my tape off to measure half an inch. Okay, so that half an inch I connected the line back, then also connected it back to the armhole line like so. Let's see that. So connecting it back to the armhole line with a straight line. Okay, afterwards I took my armhole curve and tried to draw a curvy line connecting this line back to the starting point. All right, so after doing that, that becomes the back of the sleeve, like the armhole sleeve. That is the back. So we need to get the front. Remember when we were making our bodies, the front armhole and the back armhole are not usually equal. The front always is usually a bit deeper. So you take your curve, armhole curve, and just make a very nice curve like so, and also connect it back to the armhole line, okay, with a nice curve. So after that, remember you need to add an allowance to this sleeve. So once you're done with that, you take a measuring tape. I added 1 inch allowance, sewing allowance to the sleeve. So I use my straight ruler to just draw another straight line so I don't cut directly on the sleeve, armhole sleeve line. So you're actually done with this. I'm just gonna use my scissors and go ahead and trim off this from the pattern paper. Then I'll just put it on my fabric and cut the sleeve. Okay, back to my fabric. I'm just going to pick the fabric, fold it into two, then I'm going to fold it diagonal like so, because I want to, the sleeve is going to be sort of like a flared. So after folding it this way, I just place my pattern paper on top. The length of the sleeve is actually going to be 24 inches. First of all, you fold it at some point. Make sure you push it towards the down part of the fabric so you can get that flat part. So I tried to measure it at that point and I didn't get the exact length I wanted, which was 24 inches. So I had to adjust the paper. I took it upwards, and here at this point I could see, okay, I have my 24 inches. So I will take my tape and continue measuring round. You just shift it a bit inwards, continue measuring round until I got to the edge, and I have my sleeve length of 24 inches exactly. So this is what you just take your time. Yeah, keep measuring it like so, gradually till you get to the end of your fabric. So it's that simple. So once you're done with that, all you need to do is get your ruler. Yes, your straight ruler. You want to use freehand, just make sure it's as straight as it could be. So we're gonna connect it, just it's gonna be a straight line to the edge of this fabric. So after you've done that, you just take your scissors and you cut out your sleeve like so, exactly the way I'm doing that. So after you've cut out your sleeve, this is what we have. But you guys remember, we need to trim off the front armhole. What I did, I made a notch at the center, okay, of the fabric, so that when I open it up, I won't be looking for the midpoint. Okay, so after that, I split it open. I try to trim off the front armhole, so it's a little bit deeper than the back armhole. So once you do that, this sleeve pattern is almost ready. Then remember, we'll be laying organza on top of the sleeve. So what I actually did was just to bring the organza. I used like 1 yard of it. I placed the sleeve pattern on top like so, but I needed to add like extra 1 inch around it, so that the organza doesn't just lay with the fabric. I want it to be a little bit puffy around it. So that was what I did, adding an extra inch around the organza fabric that I used. So after I did that, I just took my scissors and I tried to just trim it all off. Okay, while doing that, you could just, I had to place these things in the midpoint of the fabric, the sleeve fabric, so that, while I'm cutting it, it doesn't just, move around. So you just take your time, do your cutting as much as you want. Then after that, what I did next, I'm just going to show you how you're going to sew this in your sewing machine. Remember, we don't have the exact the sleeve, the fabric sleeve and the organza sleeve are not equal, right? So what you're going to do is get to your sewing machine. You're going to pick the edge of the fabric and the edge of the organza. Just sew it edge to edge. All right, by the time you sew it like so, around with, merging the two edges together, then in the center of the fabric for the organza, you're going to have like that puffy um puffiness we wanted to get for the sleeve. So that's how you're going to do it all round. Just make sure you continue sewing it edge to edge throughout the sleeve. You're going to get that very puffiness. And also, to enhance that, I also put an elastic, okay, at the sleeve hole. Okay, I put elastic so that, I can actually get the dress, drag it up, and you have that very full look, um full puffy sleeve. So that's exactly how I did that. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please, if it's your first time of coming across my channel, please don't forget to give hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, so that other people can also find this video. Thank you so much. See you in my next one. Do have a nice day. Bye.